So, I bark on a song. Fuck off.
You shake a pretty mean cake, Batman.
I'm about to waste my fucking money on the M&M Funko.
Need to stop! Help me!
That's Emmanuel then. What are we going to do?
Sorry I'm late. Bring me that horizon. Afraid I got lost on the path of life.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
What's going on, peeps? How's life? Hold on. Let me reveal myself. I'm clean shaven now, y'all. I don't know what happened to me. Oh God. No, but what happened was that I was going to try to shave like this part up here, and I cut and I shaved to a point where it wouldn't have looked good for me to
You
keep
fucked it up.
the whole beard, so I just shaved it all off.
We've all been
And
there.
Dude, I hate being a baby face. It's ass, but like, you know what? Whatever. We're here. We fucking ball. It has been an eventful like 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
And I really just first kind of want to get like into Roman shaves confirmed. Caleb, what's up?
What's up, Caleb?
What's up, Caleb?
Miss you, buddy.
Roland, this actually got announced when we were having our like gathering. What do you think about Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom? That shit's wild.
I didn't believe anybody at the fire because I'm more like you and I are a lot more in the space of well, of course, no spoilers, Kenobi. None of us can spoil it because it just got revealed at Comic-Con.
It's literally on like the internet, bro. Like,
yeah, like nobody can spoil that. What's up, Pilgrim?
Pilgrim, what's up?
But I didn't believe anybody at the fire because everybody was like, "Oh, dude, oh, look, it says it right here on this freaking Marvel thing," and I was like,
yeah,
all right, that's Instagram."
Yeah,
like I don't unless it's one of the people that I like.
Yeah.
Like I gotta hear it from like freaking Gary from Nerdrotic or like people in that space for me to believe it. And then all the videos came out the next day. I was like, oh, I guess it's real.
I don't know what to make of it, man. It's weird.
I think it's
like,
stupid.
It like reeks of desperation that this will put asses into the seats.
But
I
think it's stupid. Some people are saying that they think it would be like, what's up, John? What's up, Ronnie?
What's up?
Yeah, some people were saying that
I fucked up shaving, Ronnie's. Yeah.
They thought it would be like, I forget what comic it was, but apparently Dr. Doom takes over like Reed Richards at one point, and
no, he takes over Tony Stark. Is what happens.
Well, he takes over Reed Richards and like runs his family at one point.
Yes, that also happens too. Yes, yeah.
So either way, like, it's gonna be some multiverse bullshit.
Of course it is.
And it's gonna be like,
is this really better than what they had planned with the Kang dynasty? Like,
no, because they were both stupid. They're at a point now where they can't. And I'll be honest with you, I have never really given a shit. Like, I haven't. Like, just don't fuck with Spider-Man and don't fuck with, like, the characters I care about. But you've already done that. Like, you killed off, like, the only people that I found interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I was never a Captain America guy. I really wasn't. But I'd rather he be around if Tony's dead and vice versa.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I only really cared about a couple characters. It was Iron Man, Thor, Doctor Strange to an extent, and Spider-Man. That was it. Like, and here's the thing.
Depends on the canon, but yes.
Bro, I have not actually seen the first Avengers movie all the way through.
Really?
Until March.
Wow.
From start to finish. Until March of 2024. Because I don't care. I never did. Like, it wasn't.
What made you want to watch it?
What made me want to watch it?
Yeah.
The people I was staying with.
Oh.
It was in March. So
Right.
I went. Yeah. So, yeah. Like, they were like, oh, look, the Avengers movie's here. I'm like, okay, put it on.
Did you like it? Did you like it?
I guess.
Mm.
Like, I remember when Loki was a competent villain. Like, I've seen parts of it before. I just never watched the full thing from start to finish.
Right,
and,
right.
The only reason I ever really kind of got invested was Civil War. Because Civil War was good. And after that, I think I've seen everything except for, like, the Marvels and shit. I watched Doctor Strange.
All right, that's a little far away. Stop it.
Well, the first Alan Wake is a banger of a game, but I watched like I think I watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness in Millersville at my friend's house on an illegal website. Like the weekend it came out.
You didn't want to give the movie theaters a
No, I woke up in the morning and they were like, yo, Doctor Strange is on this website. You want to watch it? And I was like, sure. And it was
wait.
as fuck.
Alan Wake 2 is not better than the MCU. Stop.
Black Girl Magic, the game. But yeah, like you've really taken every character that I cared about, which was never everybody to begin with. Like I like Black Widow in the Iron Man movies, like Iron Man 2. Like,
oh my god, Scarlett Johansson was hot.
But I legitimately like never got into the MCU like that.
Fair enough.
I never got into DC like that. Like for me with superheroes, it's not like you can just throw more of them at the wall and I'll go, oh, cool, this will be fun. It's like I like Guardians, but the Guardians movies stand alone. Like you could have the Guardians movies and have them not connected to the MCU, and they're still just good movies.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it has not like it doesn't have to do with the MCU at all. And then same thing going with like even the first one where there actually is an Infinity Stone with Ronan. You just tell me that's some crazy ass magical alien shit, and I'll be like, okay,
right.
Like those movies can completely stand alone from the MCU and not have anything to do with Marvel, and they're still good.
Well,
I actually did enjoy like the old X-Men movies when I was younger. They were good. I'm talking the old ones, like back in the day.
Kane is related to Reed Richards. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
But I never really got into all of it because I kind of more so was just like, all right, people are like our friends, right? They'd be like, dude, this new Marvel movie's coming out. You gonna go see it? And I'm like, no. And then they're like, hey, we're going on Friday night. And I'll be like, I have nothing to do Friday night. Sure, I'll see it. And then that's kind of what happened with Infinity War is everybody was like, dude, just come see the movie. I'm like, okay. So I went and
saw
that
Infinity War or was that?
That was Infinity War.
Or was that Endgame?
No, that was Infinity War because then I was like, well, shit, now I have to see Endgame.
Right, yeah.
Because now I got to know what the hell happens.
And like everyone went to go see Endgame, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like we took up like an entire row with that theater, but
yeah.
I've never really cared. Like, and it like I like the comics a lot. I like Spider-Man, but I like street level Spider-Man. I don't like Spider-Man with the Tony Stark suit. I like Peter Parker swinging around New York City and like punching the Vulture in the face or fighting Doc Ock or Green Goblin. Like that's my thing.
Yeah,
like, it's the same thing with Batman. It's like I never cared about the Snyder cut of Justice League. Like, because first of all, I know this is like blasphemy to you people, but I did not like Ben Affleck as Batman. Just couldn't do it.
Who here likes him? I don't want you.
A lot of people like him, and I couldn't get behind it. And I was like, okay, well, obviously Henry Cavill looks like Superman, but I've also never cared about Superman. Just never have. Like my things growing up were always like, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean. Like like I don't really superheroes were never my thing, except for
Right.
Spider-Man, except for Batman, except for characters like that. And I always like the more obscure characters like Deadpool. Like
How
like
was
the old
I wanted to
school
ask you, just
obscure
like,
characters.
a little bit of a side note because I haven't seen it yet. How was the third movie?
That was good.
Yeah,
It was
really?
fun. It was a fun movie. Yeah. It wasn't like
That sounds like that's all that it needed to be was like,
that's
a fun
true,
movie.
Pilgrim. I can't forget Halo, but Halo's never had any live action adaptation, so maybe someday we'll get a Halo movie. Dude, when Peter Jackson was gonna do the Halo movies, that was the one and only shot we had. That was it. It's gone. It's never gonna happen.
Dude.
We're never gonna get it because it's literally the simplest fucking story you could tell, and we're never gonna get it.
How
It's
do you
so
think
easy.
of Halo?
They literally have chapters. You just have to play the game. Like you can just make the movie into those chapters. And
How
cut
do
out,
you fuck
cut out
up
all the
Halo?
walking around and figuring out where you have to go. Like
How do you mess up Halo?
it's the easiest
Well,
shit.
mess Halo up.
It's the easiest shit. Well, how do you mess up a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi sitting on a planet and thinking about what happened? Like it's the same thing. Like that would have been more fucking interesting. But like I just
Everyone loves that show.
All this Marvel stuff, I could give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and I especially don't care about the Fantastic Four anymore because of who is cast. The only one that I think is good casting is what's his name from Stranger Things as Johnny Smith. Like I can see that. But I
Pedro
really
Pascal as Reed is weird as hell.
Pedro Pascal is everything, and I hate it. I like when I look back and think about it, the only thing I really enjoyed Pedro Pascal in was Game of Thrones. Like
he's not okay in Mandalorian.
I haven't watched Narcos. I know he's amazing in Narcos, but I haven't watched it, so I don't really.
He's okay in Mandalorian, I think. But
yeah, but anybody's okay in Mandalorian. All you have to do is speak with a monotone voice with a helmet on. Like nobody in Mandalorian, not even Ahsoka, has any emotion. They don't know how to write emotion in Disney Star Wars, clearly, because no one has it. And when they do write emotion, it's somebody who shouldn't fucking have it, like Obi-Wan Kenobi looking at Vader just crying.
Who the fuck is Vanessa Kirby?
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
But it's just like that's why with this whole Doctor Doom thing, I could really give a fuck. Like
it's gonna throw all of the casuals off.
You know something that I did care about until it's been stuck in production hell for the past 6 years? Mahershala Ali is Blade because I like those more obscure characters.
Yes, bro.
I like
Blade
those
is
more
cool.
obscure characters.
Blade is
Blade
cool.
Is sick. And
Blade is cool.
And like what I'm saying, I don't know. I can't really get into spoilers from Deadpool, but like there's cool stuff in there. But
now you got me curious.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it for the chat. I know you've all had like a week to see it. Yeah, there will only be one Blade. I agree. Just like there's only like a couple Alien movies.
I thought you liked Prometheus, though.
I unapologetically enjoy Prometheus as its own thing, not connected to the Alien universe.
So you can.
But I also have a fond. There's also like a fondness in my heart for that movie because it's the first rated R movie I went and saw.
Really?
In theaters. Where like my mom was like, "We're going to see this movie because it looks good," but that's before they even said, because they didn't say until after Prometheus was out that it was connected. They just said it was a Ridley Scott movie.
So if you think about Prometheus being connected to Alien, do you like it less?
Yes.
Or no? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna see Romulus because. But I'm not expecting to enjoy Gen Z getting ripped apart by xenomorphs in space. Like, it's just a stupid movie that doesn't make sense. It's Alien 1.5.
Pretty much.
No, it is. It literally is. It takes place on the station that they were trying to contact in Alien 1, Romulus.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but yeah.
and it's going to be the same thing. Like you know what I want to see out of an alien movie? I want to see somebody from the Wayland Corporation, who is like obviously an idiot, try to bring a xenomorph like specimen back to Earth, and they fuck up, and we get xenomorphs on Earth. Not Alien versus Predator, not that. Like a legitimate alien movie, because Alien versus Predator is good, but I'm talking like a legitimate alien movie that takes place on Earth.
Yeah,
I would watch that
because
with the military and shit having to go after them, but like they're everywhere, and they're like kind of like Jurassic Park 2, where they're just people in LA and the freaking T-Rex is walking around. Like, do that with aliens.
There's also only one set of Jurassic Park films.
Yeah, because oh my god, fuck! I didn't even see the newest one. Like, that's sad, bro. Those
Dominion,
I love those original 3 movies. Love them.
People don't like 3 for some reason.
No, I like 3. Spinosaurus is sick.
Right.
You know why though? Because there is no 3rd book.
Yeah.
The 3rd movie is everything they left out of the 1st and 2nd movie from the 1st and 2nd book.
Right.
It just compiled together. Like the part with the like the Spinosaurus is in the 1st book, and the what's it called is in the pterodactyls. They're also in the 1st book.
I never read any of the Jurassic Park books. So.
You should. They're really good. They're not even that long, but they're spectacular. Michael Crichton.
The length of the length of books don't matter to me. I've read.
Right, good. You should read them then.
Yeah,
you really.
And I've literally read it. And like I've literally read the like giant font print Harry Potter books that makes each of them like 1,045 pages long. So like it's fine.
Yeah, you can bang through the Silmarillion in like a week if you really wanted to.
The Silmarillion, that's the only one that like I haven't read. That's what, like 200 pages maybe, 300 maybe.
4 something. It's like 485.
Oh, okay. Is it longer than The Hobbit?
Yeah, The Hobbit's like 200 pages.
Yeah.
The Silmarillion is like Fire and Blood, but like from like House of the Dragon is based on.
Yeah.
Which again, that's freaking hilarious. Oh, we have that to go over today. The new Rings of Power trailer.
Are you serious? There's another one.
There is.
So the new Jurassic Park.
That's very true. That's very true.
Bad. Yeah, true.
They are as bad as the majority of recent reboots. Yeah, I agree. But they're not great.
I don't think that Chris Pratt's character, I just couldn't connect with it.
Oh, he was good in the first one. Like, the first Jurassic World is all right.
Yeah.
The second one, when they're like, this little girl is a clone and she's the key to everything. And I'm like, no shit, because every little girl in every movie these days is the key to fucking everything. Like,
Godzilla and Kong, the King of Monsters, actually kind of like did that better because like the girl had like a connection to like Kong. Like it was, whereas like in the like Jurassic World stuff, like this like little girl was like the like key to saving them all. It was so stupid. It was so
also like they made the dumbest decision possible in the second one. They're like, let's just let all the dinosaurs out. Like in the books, they nuke the island. The U.S. military nukes the island.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're like, fuck this. We're nuking this shit. That's why Isla Sorna is the second island. They find out that there's another island. Because the whole thing is the first island is where the park is at, in that little ride that they go through in the first movie, where they see Dr. Wu like taking the baby raptor out of the thing, out of the egg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just for show. There's another island where they actually grow all the dinosaurs and the eggs and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you find that out in the second book that there's a second island where all of the work was actually done, and there's a big fuck up from that same storm on that island, and then on that they all got out and killed everybody. Like people were paid to live there and work there.
Dude, true. They aren't much worse than the Fast and Furious franchise that somehow has 11, soon to be 13 movies. That is so true. That is so.
You could have fooled me, dude. I had no idea there was even 11.
I stopped watching after the death of Paul Walker. I just didn't care anymore.
I think I saw that movie only because people were like, it's Paul Walker's last movie. And because my neighbor was like, yo, you want to go see a movie? And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Like I never.
Now it's got like John Cena and it's got like, Brie Larson in it now. And I'm like, what happened to Fast and Furious, bro? Like, what happened? Like, but
it died with Paul Walker.
Facts.
I never cared about those movies really either. But
I didn't care about them, but
like the first three.
They've always been in my sphere, and like if they're ever on, like I like watch them. But it's kind of like what's another example for me? It's like I haven't seen the Fast and Furious. I think I've seen all of them like once or twice maybe, but like that's like I don't go out of my like way to see them, but like they drove cars to space in the 9th one. That's like, Call of Duty Ghosts fighting like aliens and shit like that.
I thought that was. Oh yeah, that's Ghost Zombie. Well, what the fuck do they call it? Extraction?
Extraction, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of
Call of Duty game.
Speaking of space, really fast, just want to bring this up. The Halo show got canceled, and I'm happy.
Fuck yeah, it did.
Finally, I've been waiting on this day. So there will be nothing, I guess, after season 2, or did they just cancel it?
Because they completely we've talked about this so many times, but like your base level fuck up is human-sized Cortana. And like not having a Sergeant Johnson. Your high level fuck up is having a human who's the same level as the freaking Arbiter working for the Covenant as a spy who bangs Master Chief. Like that's like a high level fuck up. Because the first thing I gotta tell you, and it's mentioned so many times in the books, is that Spartans are impotent.
Mm-hmm.
Spartans are sterilized when they're kids because they don't want fucking super soldiers running around having kids. That's why there's one Spartan in the entirety of Halo who actually has a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure her kids are adopted. That's basically
when Chief took off his helmet.
High level fuck up.
When Chief took off his helmet, I knew that we were in for a long ride.
Yeah, that was the show telling you in episode 1 to go fuck yourself.
Dude, it happened in the first episode. Chief took his helmet off in the first episode.
Yeah. Like it's like that's the thing to me, dude. I don't understand. Like I don't get it because it's so easy. It is such an easy story to tell. All you have to do is hire some writers and go play 1, 2, and 3 and Reach. Actually play Reach first and then play 1, 2, and 3 and then make me a story. And while you're at it, read the books.
Yeah.
And then follow that story. It's so fucking easy. You'd have 4 to 5 seasons right there. And then you'd have the ability to make freaking spin-offs. Because the Halo universe is almost like the Star Wars universe where there's tons of spin-offs. You can do a ton of cool stories in there. You could go back. You could go do the creation of the Halo rings from the Forerunners and the Human Forerunner War. Like, you go all the way back.
Kenobi, to answer your question, I don't know. Also, Pilgrim says Master Cheeks. True. Facts.
Echo came out last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. No, but dude, the thing with the Halo show was that, and he this hurts me to say, but I give him credit for like one thing. When Chief is fully in costume, he actually does look good. It's just that he's hardly ever fully in costume.
Yeah,
So
like they also don't do blue team. Like the characters that everybody loves, Fred, Kelly, and Linda, who are Chief's family for the most part. Yeah, Kenobi, we did all just ignore it.
Yeah.
The closest I got to even knowing anything about it was Friday Night Tights talking about it.
Yeah.
But
like the thing with Halo was that like they really have as like you like the thing that I don't get is that, and this is same with like Rings of Power too. You had Peter Jackson wanting to do Halo movies, and he loves it, and he freaking knows it, but yet you hire people who are not fans of the Halo series to make a Halo show. Why?
Pilgrim, you could say that we didn't hear anything about Echo. That's good. No, you're right though, because here's the thing. The people who used to make fun of fans or make fun of nerds for loving Star Wars, for loving Marvel, for loving Lord of the Rings, for loving Halo, for loving any of these franchises are the exact people that are making it to this day.
Yeah.
It's not the fans making it. That's why you'll get a freaking fan film about stormtroopers with bucket heads, and it's 10 times better than anything Disney's dropped.
Leslie Headland is not a fan of Star Wars.
Dude, what do you mean? She loves all the Star Wars. What do you mean, dude? Her favorite Star Wars is all the Star Wars, Roman. Fucking idiot. She's just so stupid.
Star Wars. That's like if you ask me, what's your favorite Batman movie? All of the Batman movies.
I love all of the Batman. The Batman.
It's like how they put in charge of the Kenobi show someone who never saw The Revenge of the Sith. Like,
yeah, that's this, like, bro, people always say all these companies care about is making money, and I don't think they do at this point. Because if they did, they'd just do the source material.
The source material is literally there for you to use. Like, stop trying to make new shit that's worse than what we had prior.
I'm starting to believe like the joke that Gary says, where he's like, somebody turned on CERN at some point in 2016, and now we're just like in this different timeline. No one noticed.
We might be in a really weird timeline, because like, isn't it kind of weird that everything got bad at the same time, and it happened like
all got bad
out of nowhere?
It didn't come out of nowhere though. Like, it all got bad around 2016 when The Last Jedi came out.
Dude.
Or right around the time The Last Jedi was coming out. What was that, 16 or 17? Something like that.
Last Jedi came out in 17.
Or, yeah, something like that. But it was all around that time. And all the movies that we're going to be getting for the foreseeable future are still in that time area, whatever. Like, because they're being made now in this fucking woke Hollywood culture. Like, so we're stuck in that for the foreseeable future, because that's the people in charge.
And like, unfortunately, I don't think that that's really changing.
That's what it was.
Wait a
Pilgrim.
second.
The all-female Ghostbusters. That's what it was. That was fucking Patient Zero.
That was 2016.
That was
it really?
Zero. That's what it
That was
was.
2016.
Yup.
Was it?
That was the start of all this shit.
That's bro. What? That doesn't feel like 2016.
I never saw that piece of shit.
Wait a second. Actually,
you want me to believe that Melissa McCarthy's fat ass is running around fucking getting ghosts? I don't even think that she could run. Like,
oh my god,
dude, her whole entire persona is being the fat woman.
I thought that was Amy Schumer's whole thing.
No, Amy Schumer's whole thing is just being a word that YouTube doesn't like. Starts with a C and ends with an U next Tuesday.
Force Awakens wasn't bad though at the time.
No, retroactively look back at Force Awakens.
We were all hyped for it though.
Because here's the thing, Roman. Everybody was hyped for The Force Awakens because we went, okay, they're trying to get people back into Star Wars. Not the fans, they're trying to get new fans into Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but if you look back, the writing was on the fucking wall. Like it was directly fucking on the screen the entire time you're watching that movie. And like at first, everybody walked out of there going, this was a new hope. But everything was bigger.
Yeah.
Like Desert Planet, fucking person that wants to leave Desert Planet. Some shit happens, so person has to leave Desert Planet because something from a Star Destroyer crashes on the planet. Okay? Something from a Star Destroyer crashes on Desert Planet, which then sends in people fucking having to go off Desert Planet. Oh, look, there's a rebellion that everybody knows about, but no one knows. The main character
also met a droid that helps them along their journey.
That's what I'm saying. Main character meets little droid that the rebellion needs. Oh, it's the resistance now. Okay. All right. Big scary guy. Mask. And he's got red lightsaber. Okay. Darth Vader. Got it. Darth Vader Part 2. All right. He's in it. And then everybody's expecting, when you walk out, you're like, oh, wow. Big moon-sized planet killer. How about big planet-sized planet killer? Oh, we got to destroy the reactor. But this time, since it's planet, we have to go onto the planet. So big old dogfight, not in space. It's like character who's the key to everything. Rey was the first female key to everything. When you look up Mary Sue, it is synonymous with
that came from
Rey.
her. Yeah.
With Rey. And
yeah.
Going into that movie, you're like, okay, it was a remake of A New Hope. I can understand that. They're trying to bring more people in. They're trying to get the nostalgia from the old one. Let's see what they do moving forward. They did not have a plan. They did not know what they were doing moving forward. They fucked it up by just making all these different directors. And on top of that, even if they didn't, J.J. Abrams put Luke Skywalker at the end of that movie because he does not like Mark Hamill. He didn't want to work with Mark Hamill.
Oh.
That's why he only has one scene with Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
The biggest fuck up is not putting Luke, Han, and Leia on screen together.
Dude, that was so easy. They were all alive in The Force Awakens. They were all alive. If you're going to have Luke, just use him. Just use him in the first movie.
And the thing is, people are like, well, it would have been better if JJ just did all the films. Well, that's bullshit because JJ hates the prequels. Famously hates the prequels. You needed a director who gave a fuck about Star Wars. Now, I'll be honest with you, if they had given it to Favreau from the start, I bet you the sequels would have been good. They wouldn't have been great.
Really?
They would have been better. Because Favreau is actually a Star Wars fan of all of Star Wars. He likes the prequels and the OT. You can see that in Mando Season 1.
I mean, I've got my criticisms of Favreau. At least he at least he probably would have tried.
I agree with this right here. It's bad reboot of. Well, that's the fucking name of his company. That's the name of J.J. Abrams' company. Bad Robot, Bad Reboot. That's what he does.
Shit, you're right. You're right.
He reboots shit, dude. And guess what? He stems into all this shit. His company stems into all this shit. Guess who used to work for fucking Bad Reboot? J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, who are the showrunners of the Rings of Power.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead ass.
My God.
And he did Star Trek, which is again a bad reboot.
So would you have gone with Colin Trevorrow's films then?
Yeah.
That's
because the scripts leaked for episode 9 and it was pretty fucking cool.
Or like if you're gonna have a different director, maybe they should have had one for each film. Like
just not Rian Johnson. Like they should have seen what he was doing and gone no.
Yeah.
Because they did that with freaking Solo. And Solo ended up being a lukewarm, decent movie.
Yeah, like Solo,
it shouldn't have been made. It shouldn't have been made. But directing wise, it wasn't terrible. But it shouldn't have been made. Like when Ron Howard came in and just fixed the movie, he did what he could, but the movie still was mid at best.
Yeah,
and again, it should not have been made. There shouldn't be a Han Solo prequel.
Well, people wanted to see the Kessel Run. And
so we need a whole movie for that. You fucking
I'm just saying. And then like Maul, if you're like a casual fan going into the theaters and you see like Maul there,
I had to explain it to people.
Right.
I had to explain it to a lot of people.
Right, yeah. Because like
people were like coming up to me in school being like, how the fuck does that work?
Well, because if you had only seen The Phantom Menace, you would have been like, wait a second, how is Maul here?
Well, but dude, like I remember being in the theater and Maul pops up on screen and there was a dude who audibly went, what the fuck? Like in my theater. It's funny. Like I heard it, like because it was silent and it turns and Maul's like, we're just getting started. Are you? Because you haven't even written a fucking shitty Marvel comic book about what happened.
Dude, they like left that hanging because they thought Solo was like going to they thought Solo was like going to get a sequel.
Well, no, because they were gonna do a Boba Fett movie.
That's right. They were
in the Book of Boba Fett because Mando came out.
Dude, everything's fucked up. Everything's just messed up.
Yep.
Everything was Kenobi was supposed to be a movie too, right?
Yes.
And then that just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then
somehow there's still a fucking Lando show floating around there somewhere.
I would have thought that would have been canceled at this point.
No. Bro, they're not canceling shit. We just got the accolade.
Like, really?
Who wants canceled? We ain't canceling anything.
Who wants a Lando show? Who is thinking, hey, let's make a show about Lando Calrissian?
Dude, if they did a Lando show and it was anything like the Lando books, I'd watch it. But it won't be.
Yeah, but it's probably not even going to be that, though.
No, it won't be.
Donald Glover's a good actor, but
there's some pretty cool team-ups. Like, with the Lando books, and even what happens in Dark Empire, where, like, it's after Thrawn. So it's like, but during, like, the Thrawn trilogy, Lando and Luke are, like, homies. Which is a pretty cool team-up. Like, to have Lando and Luke going on missions together. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Because that's not one you see a lot. That's not one you actually ever see in the OT, is the two of them working together on the ground, boots on the ground. Like, that's pretty sick.
He mentions it in Rise of Skywalker, remember? He said that him and Luke he said that him and Luke were like looking for the Sith dagger, which like
Oh my
why?
god, yeah. The
Yeah.
dagger that was made thousands of years ago and shows you where the Death Star crashed.
Yeah.
Shit's
Why? Why were they looking for that? There was no threat of Palpatine, so like, why were they looking for that?
Well, all of this is thrown out the window because of the fact that in Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader is dying, he doesn't go, "My son, by the way, there's this planet called Exegol." Like, even Force Ghost Anakin talking to Luke could be like, "Yo, by the way, Palpatine's like making clones, bro. Just so you know, like he's not dead. Probably he might be, but he's probably not." Oh, and there's this thing. It's called the Wayfinder. It's right near my old castle on Mustafar. You could go there right now. You could go there right now. You could go there and grab this thing called the Wayfinder, and it'll take you right to Exegol. You can go stab a hole through all these little vials, and Palpatine will be dead. You should just go do that real quick. Like, no, like Vader was just like, I'm gonna let this play out. Like Force Ghost Anakin is just like, yeah, I don't care. Like, he's gonna fuck my son over when he's like 60. I'm gonna wait until after he tries to kill his fucking nephew. Because he had a bad dream. Luke had a bad dream, so he's like, I better go murder my nephew. That's the answer.
He literally brought Vader back to the light.
Yeah. He brought Darth Vader back to the light, and he's like, I had a bad dream where my nephew might possibly kind of turn evil. I'm not so sure. But he might. Better go nip this one in the bud.
So he went to kill Kylo Ren, and then Ben Solo turned evil. And then he turns back to the light, and his only word that he says when he's on the light is "ow."
Is that literally the only line he has?
He only says one thing, and it's "ow."
Holy shit.
No. When he's like fighting the Knights of Ren, he goes like that.
Wouldn't that... There's no fixing this bullshit, but wouldn't like Rise of Skywalker have been more interesting if there was a time jump between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker? And we start with like Rey off somewhere and she's training and somehow she gets corrupted. But Kylo, while she's training like on this fucking distant dark side planet or whatever, trying to like no Palpatine at all.
Yeah.
But like she's
the movie should have been about them.
She's somewhere on like a Force Nexus, right? Like she's like on a Force Nexus planet, or she's like on fucking Mortis or something.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "Yo, you should," like, she's struggling, right? She's really struggling with like being on the light side. And something happens and like she falls. Like she finds this crazy power and the power corrupts her, right? But during that, it's juxtaposed with Ben Solo fighting his urge to go to the light. And he switches to the light, she switches to the fucking darkness, and then those two fuckers fight each other. And then he kills her by the end of the movie because he can't turn her back.
That would actually go like really hard.
Well, that would go a lot more interesting.
Well, yeah, because bringing Palpatine back is kind of like, hey, I want to compete with like Marvel's like, block buster shit. Why don't we bring Palpatine back from the dead? Even though in the EU he did come back from the dead, but it was like short-lived. It didn't last for like very long.
And it was a young body.
Yeah. And like
it was a young like he was in a young body, and
yeah, like he was
Dark Empire. That's when he got Luke to turn to the dark side for a bit.
Yeah, like he wasn't old, and he wasn't like strapped up to like a gurney, practically dead. Like
yeah, that's
like Like, they should have done what Colin Trevorrow wanted to do, where, like, Finn has to sneak into the Jedi Temple to do, like, the beacon on, like, Coruscant and shit like that. And then, like, the final battle.
Coruscant.
The final battle happens on, like, Coruscant. They should have just done that. That would have been so much cooler. That would have been so much cooler.
Oh, and the Knights of Ren actually do something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still would have been, like, probably pretty shit, but, like, better than what we got.
Well, if they were gonna do any, they should have done George's sequels where, like, Maul was, like, the main villain.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
And, like, Talon was there, and then, like, Luke and his apprentice fight, like, Maul and Talon. Like, that would have been so
Luke would have had
cool.
the temple. It would have been Luke's Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Versus Maul's syndicate. Because Maul still would have controlled the crime syndicates from the shadows.
Yeah.
He was just waiting for Palpatine to be out.
That would have made...
And he was going to recreate the Sith in his own image, basically.
I mean, I'm not trying to excuse Disney here, but I think that Rebels killing Maul off kind of killed any hope of him ever being in the sequels.
Well, it absolutely did.
Yeah.
But Rebels killing Maul off was a big mistake, because if you're going to... Don't get me wrong, it was a good death for him. But I'm not a fan of a lot of things they do in Rebels.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the world between worlds at this point. I hate that shit.
I think we said
Ahsoka has died more than anybody. Ahsoka has died more than any fucking character. And she keeps coming back. She dies in Mortis. When she gets possessed by the sun. Yeah. She dies on Mortis.
Yeah.
She dies in Rebels. She should have been killed during Order 66. And then she dies in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And comes back.
But the thing about it is that the world between worlds, it was like something... I think we said this like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were talking about the like, Acolyte show. It's like, dude, the part that I don't get is, like, it's such lazy story telling, bro. It's like, hey, look, this is happening in the world between worlds here, and, like, it's just a, like, way out for them to have to tell a story, because they don't want to tell stories. It's just all about, like, hey, look, Anakin had a red lightsaber. He evaded. You see it? You guys like this? It's cool, right? Yeah. No.
It's red.
No, man, it's not cool. They show one shot of Vader in Tales of the Empire, and that is supposed to get us hooked. They show Thrawn.
That shit was so fucking woke.
They show freaking Grievous, which you watch that show.
They kill a Jedi from fucking far away in that show. Like, they like fucking slice this thing in the back, and then it falls to the ground and dies. And then as they're walking away, they don't even look at the body, nothing. It's dead. They just walk away, and they're like, them could have survived. Why did we kill them? And it's like, what, did you fucking just force sense its pronouns? Like, what the fuck? I hate that shit.
So, was Grievous only in that one scene?
Yes. And he was the best part of that show. Because we actually got to see Grievous just fucking slaughtering.
And Thrawn was only in that one scene, right?
Yeah, but that was so stupid, because Thrawn was only in that scene to be like, oh yeah, like, I really like Morgan Elsbeth. I'm gonna look up to this idiot. Like, fucking stupid.
And then Vader didn't even talk. He just walked into a room.
And sat down in a really shitty chair.
Let's look at the Rings of Power trailer, okay?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh my god. Everything just pisses me off now, bro. I think it's because I'm just getting older, but, like, everything just like gets on my nerves now.
Why is my YouTube being retarded?
I think YouTube crashed earlier because I was having kind of the same issue. Yeah, mine. Let me check down detector to see if it's to see if YouTube's down. Is YouTube down? Nah, it doesn't look like it.
All right.
What is the new Rings of Power trailer called? I found it. Rings of Power Season 2 trailer. Hold on.
Oh my fucking god.
Is this it right here?
Hold on. I'm trying to fucking. God damn you, Windows. Yes, it's fucking me.
Oh my god. Damio, get the fuck out of here. You can't wait for Rings of Power. Get the hell out of here.
All right,
how's your electrician work going, Damio? They're going to course correct this
I
time.
swear to God, I'm gonna freaking assassinate my computer.
Hey, chill.
What do you mean chill? It's a computer.
It's not that. It was the word that you said before that.
Assassinate?
Motherfucker, stop saying that shit.
Why?
Just saying, like...
I can say the fucking word.
Actually, what am I saying? You've said it. Ronnie, like, put it into the end of his video that he, like, made about us. So...
What did he put in there?
You said on, I think it was either John's stream or like X-Wing stream, you were like, assassinate me.
Yeah.
And like,
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah. I didn't say shill, Damio. I said chill. I said chill. I am nowhere near being a shill. Also, it's a very cute name that you gave me in your Discord, Damio. But I'm going to be paying for Nitro with my next check, so... I did not know that, you know,
This
Jill
is so
Stein
stupid.
almost got shot. I didn't know that Jill Stein got shot at. That's funny.
Dude, what the fuck you mean that's funny?
I was commenting on what Damio said. You're like probably like not reading chat. I was being a smart ass.
Oh my god, this shit's so stupid.
What? You can't like log into Windows or something?
Windows is like making me do stupid shit.
Is that your main internet? Oh no, sorry. I'm retarded.
I'm on a Windows computer.
Are you on Windows 10 still, or are you on Windows 11? Because if you're on Windows 10, it's starting to like experience problems. Windows 10 is going obsolete in like a year, I think.
All right, hold on. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Try taking out and then blowing on it. That works for cartridges, but well, it's only me now. This is kind of scary. The RoloRome cast, but it's only the Rome cast now. And since Roland's not here, I'm just gonna be like this. Cause I'm self-conscious about myself. I don't like y'all seeing my double chin. It's kind of a little weird. But to this point, right? Oh shit. There you are.
Have I mentioned that I fucking hate technology?
You say that like 4 to 5 times a day.
Yeah, I probably do. And the worst part is it's all because of the fucking Rings of Power trailer. God damn it. All for this fucking stupid shit.
And the worst part is that we're not even monetized. We're not even making any like money on it, bro. Try spinning on it.
That's a good trick. I'll try spinning too. That's a good trick. All right, so has anybody seen this this trailer?
I haven't. I have something called a job that, requires my full-blown attention.
Well, good, because it's 4 minutes long.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead ass.
It's 4 minutes long?
Yes.
Look at that ratio.
Yeah, that's the reason I had to sign in and I didn't want to just show it through YouTube because I have the extension.
Lucky you.
So the extension's really easy. But I wanted to make sure we could see this beautiful ratio down here. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids?
Oh my god. Yeah, just play it.
Lord of Ring, Gollum, Part 2.
Lord of Ring.
Sauron sees himself as master of all Middle-earth.
That little goober. Look at him.
The one thing that this show did not need to do, why they make Sauron actually kind of decent looking?
No, because he's supposed to be fucking Anatar right now, not Halbrand, who's not even a character. He's supposed to be Anatar, who is like freaking godly looking. Like he's the most fucking handsomely beautiful human being or elf in all of Middle Earth. That's what he's supposed to be. This guy doesn't even look like he can pull that off. He doesn't have
Sauron.
features, like
So currently, Sauron is a character that does not exist in the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
What you're saying?
Yes.
What
Halbrand does not exist. Halbrand has never been a thing.
He seeks to rule it not only through conquest.
I feel like they didn't know that yet at this point.
No.
Is that Gandalf?
No, that's Doran.
Oh.
That's Doran, the freaking king of the dwarves.
By bending the minds of all its peoples to.
Yeah, and there's freaking the elf dude who like made all the orcs as children. The dark elf. I forget his fucking name because I don't care. But all the orcs love him.
His own. And for that he needs not armies.
No! Fucking Elrond.
Slay Queen. No!
Just give him long hair, damn it!
Dude. Amio, shut up.
So that right there makes no sense because the elves don't wear the rings when they know Sauron is about. They don't
I
put the
did not
rings
know
on
that.
until after Sauron's been defeated in the War of Wrath.
Damio just said that she is so bae. Stop it, bro.
Sure.
Yeah.
In choosing to wear those rings, you have all become his collaborators.
They were already his collaborators. They helped him make them.
Right.
They knew he was Sauron. At the end of season 1, Galadriel knows that he's Sauron. And then she's like, we should still make these rings, though. And then they do. We're just going to forget about that, I guess.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me.
Yeah, because you're
But
a
I
fucking
knew.
idiot. You show... First, a fucking stick on the ground could deceive you. Fucking moron, dude. The writing of Galadriel in this is so bad.
This shit is
It is guiding me.
disgusting.
All this may be by his design. These rings may be how he...
Bro.
I don't remember it happening this way. It didn't happen in this way.
It doesn't. No, none of this happens. None of this happens.
So then what is even the point of this show then?
This is supposed to be like a freaking callback, I'm assuming, to the underwater hand shot that we get all the time in the movies of somebody grabbing the ring out of the fucking water. But look at this shit.
He attains power.
They don't even have like a real fish. It's a fucking CG fish. You couldn't go to the store and buy a minnow? Couldn't catch one and just throw it in here? Like, you have a CGI fish.
Maybe how he attains power.
Why make a CGI fish?
That's it. That's a fucking nitpick, but that's stupid. Because if you stick it, trust me, you can buy a guppy and throw it in there, and it'll come right to your hand, dude. They get them and freaking minnows get so interested in whatever is coming into the water, you can just stick your hand in there and it'll swim right up to you. You just don't jerk your hand around. Like,
and I'm pretty sure that like minnows probably don't cost that. They probably don't cost much, right?
Pennies on the dollar.
They must be destroyed. We will discuss the rings once you have answered the question.
Sauron, are you gay or straight?
Who is this man? You knew at the end of season 1. Dude, Hollywood's really got a thing for getting like actresses that can't fucking emote. Like, you could have stuck this into any Disney Star Wars project right here, and I would have been like, yep, that's par for the course. Like, she just, oh my God, she looks like she doesn't give a fuck.
She's smiling, bro.
That's supposed to be.
He is no man.
Oh, fuck you. They really just repurposed Eowyn's line like that? I am no man. Go fuck you.
That meant so much more in its context when it like.
Yeah, no, it did. It meant everything to that battle. If she didn't fucking kill the Witch King, a lot of shit would have gone differently.
Yeah.
A lot of shit would have gone differently. If the Witch King was still around for the rest of that battle, and then even if when the Ghost Army shows up, the Witch King was like, all right, fuck it, I'm out of here, back to Mordor, that final battle out front of the Black Gate would have gone differently. A lot differently. Because the Witch King was on the field. And if the Witch King was on the field, shit would have been way different.
Which is why they have nothing except using old shit from like, you know, the movies and shit. Like it's like they're trying to like nostalgia bait people into like, you know, watching this show.
Here we go with our diverse elves too. We got a little Asian elf over here.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's not. They all have long hair. Why the fuck doesn't Elrond?
Because they wanted to make Elrond different.
This does not make sense. That's supposed to be a Barrow Wight. Barrow Wights did not exist until the Witch King created them. The Witch King's not even in this. Because they haven't created the Rings of Men yet. And corrupted the 9 Kings of Men. So, there shouldn't be Barrow Wights. At all.
So basically, what you're saying is that none of this should be happening then.
Yeah. But I thought that was obvious.
Well, yeah, but I never read the Silmarillion, so I wouldn't know.
What about it called?
A motherfucker walks out of fire in front of you, and you're like, "What's your name?"
King Joker on Twitch asks, "Is Gandalf in this?"
Yes.
It's speculated, yeah.
No, it's not speculated. He's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, King Joker. Gandalf is in this. But they can't use the name Gandalf, and they can't use the name Mithrandir. So they don't have the rights to that. So they have to just keep calling him the Stranger. But it is Gandalf. Technically, all 5 of the wizards should be around at this time. But they're not. Because it's just Gandalf. Unless he ends up being Saruman, which is still totally possible. But they also can't use that name because they don't have the rights to it either. Just like they don't have the rights to the name Hobbit, so they have to call the Hobbits Harfoots. But there's not even Hobbits around at this time because Hobbits didn't start popping up until way later in the timeline.
King Joker, this is before Gollum and Bilbo and Frodo. They are not even close to being in this.
No, this should be about 2,000 or 3,000 years before that.
Although knowing Amazon, they're gonna try to retcon it so that they can get Gollum in it. Because they can't help themselves.
Well, or Gollum-like character, because it really should be. It's stated for 500 years Gollum was the ring poisoned his mind.
Yeah.
So it's just none of this works in the timeline at all. Like to anybody who's read the Silmarillion or even knows enough about the lore of Lord of the Rings knows that this doesn't make sense. And this is supposed to be Celebrimbor, the master smith, who didn't know in season 1 what an alloy was. So you're telling me that the best smith in Middle Earth never thought about taking 2 different types of metal and putting them together to make a stronger metal?
King Joker asks, who is your favorite character and what movie? For me, my favorite characters Aragorn, and my favorite movie is probably The Two Towers, honestly.
I think my favorite character. I think it's hard. That's too hard for me to pick. But one of my favorite characters is King Theoden. 100%. Like not from the Fellowship. Like King Theoden's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, Two Towers. But Fellowship is a blast.
Return of the King's goated too.
Well, they're all goated, but out of the main Fellowship, probably Aragorn.
It's either Aragorn or Merry and Pippin.
I think for me it's Aragorn or Pippin or Sam.
True.
Call you a sharer of gifts.
They didn't even say it right. So that's supposed to be Anatar, but he has the same face. He just looks stupid. He looks like freaking Mog from Acolyte with longer hair.
He literally does. He literally does.
Mog, dude. But
he looks like Mog from Acolyte.
Give me a Mog show.
Might as well at this point.
Star Wars Mog.
The Tales of Mog.
The Tales of Mog. The Book of Mog. Yes, the Book of Mog. Make it
Book
happen.
of Mog.
I would legitimately watch that. It's just him
Actually would watch
fucking everything up over and over again, and then he ends up being Palpatine at the end of it.
Imagine that happens.
It's Mog, dude.
Mog is actually Creamy Sheev, bro.
Yeah, he's Creamy Sheev. But so this shouldn't even be happening because it's called Anatar, the Lord of Gifts.
That's supposed to be Sauron, right?
Yeah, so Anatar, which I don't even think they can use that name either. They might, but everything that happened in season 1 with making the Elven rings, should have been Anatar, not Halbrand. It should have been Anatar from the start.
Also, is he not the deceiver at this point?
No, he is.
Oh, okay.
They don't end up calling him that until like way later.
Oh, all right.
But even so, like this is what he should look like.
I thought he played multiple different types of people.
He does. They don't call him Anatar the Deceiver until they don't end up calling him Anatar the Deceiver until they figure it all out. Because they start by calling him Anatar the Lord of Gifts, and then after they figure it all out, they're like, "Oh, yeah, he deceived everybody." So in history, he's then called Anatar the Deceiver.
Ah, okay. Joker, I am primarily a DC guy, but I like some Marvel stuff as well. Roland's more into like Star Wars and like Lord of the Rings and shit like that.
So like he should really, if you've played like the Shadow of War games or Shadow of
Mordor, that game's gas.
Yeah, like that's what he should really look like.
That's what he should be here, right?
Yeah, so let me show this picture. Stop sharing this for a second and start sharing this for a second. That's what he should look like.
That actually makes more sense.
Well, he's supposed to be like this, like regal, like very like unbelievably like good-looking elf.
Yeah.
And he's very like kind and trustworthy. See, now it's getting diluted with all these pictures of freaking Rings of Power. But that's what he should really look like. And between him and Celebrimbor, they make the Elven Rings. And then he murders Celebrimbor. And now that he knows how to make the rings easier, actually, no, I think before he murders Celebrimbor, he gives them to the dwarves and he gives them to the men. And then
basically Sauron is Satan.
Yes.
Basically.
No. Sauron would be like Satan's top general. Because Morgoth is Satan.
Right.
Sauron would be like Morgoth's right-hand man.
Okay.
That's the actual picture. Anatar, Lord of Gifts. Let me see if I can find like the actual picture of him.
Now, is Anatar in the? Is he in the Silmarillion book?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so
yeah, but not till way later. See, like this is what he should really kind of look like.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like he's very like good at, like, you know how the galaxy and Star Wars all believe that like Palpatine was this nice old man?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
So it's not out of place for Sauron to be in this show. He's just like the wrong character.
He would be in this show if the show was done correctly from the start, which it's not been. Like he should be. He should have been that. He should have been Anatar in season 1. And he just comes along and he's like, hey, and here's the other thing. Galadriel never trusted him from the beginning. She always knew there was something off about this elf that just shows up and he's cool with everybody. And everybody's like, wow, this guy's great. Like, he's the bee's freaking knees, dude. This guy is teaching everybody how to make magic rings, and he's really nice, and he's really trustworthy. And he came out of nowhere. Like, wow, he's, like, freaking awesome. How did he learn all this shit? Well, we don't care, because he's, like, helping us do all this crazy stuff we've never been able to do. So then they make the elven rings, and they're all cool with that. And then everybody's like, he's like, well, we can't be the only ones to have these rings of power. So therefore we have to give these rings to the other races, which at the time, there's only 3 races. There's no hobbits yet. And there's orcs, but like they only stay up in the north for the most part. And they very rarely travel south because the north is still covered in darkness, because that's where Morgoth is literally living. Like, Morgoth is around. He's not banished yet. He's there. Right. And, well, his darkness is still there, I should say. And basically, you have Anatar and Celebrimbor who are like, okay, well, we'll make the rings for the men, and we'll make the rings for the dwarves. And they do that. And I actually think some of the dwarves end up making their own. But that's like kind of gray area if they taught the dwarves how to do it or not. So the dwarves, the men, and the elves all have these rings now. And that's when he kills Celebrimbor after making his master ring. And then he uses Celebrimbor's body as a banner to go and sack what's the name of it? Eregion, the elven capital.
Right.
So his army of orcs rolls up, and that's when they figure out that they've all been deceived. The elves take off their magic rings. The men are turned into wraiths. And then the dwarves, like, no one knows really what's going on with them. They stay out of it.
That sounds like such a better show. That sounds like such a better show than
because it is
we got here.
Well, part of Palpatine is fucking based on Sauron. So
this shit just
that would be like the Order 66, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue with this pile of dog shit.
Oh my god.
Our work begins now.
I have walked across mountains and deserts.
What is that Mad Max bullshit?
What is that? Why are they wearing those weird ass masks?
I don't know.
This is so fucking stupid.
I'm guessing right now they're all women. Except maybe this one.
Nah.
That's a woman. That's 100% a woman.
Nah, I think that the dude on the very right is going to be like a boring a white dude or something.
Well, that's a white dude. You can look at his arms. But that's 100%. That's a woman right there. These two are women, and maybe the ones that are wearing blue are both men.
What are they supposed to be?
Who the fuck knows?
They look like they're the Sand People from fucking Star Wars.
They look like they're fucking. They look like they're from Mad Max.
Yeah, kind of.
To help my friend find his destiny.
Shouldn't exist. See, and then here's the freaking witch cult, whatever.
Another one?
The Nazgals, yeah. They're from season 1 because not Gandalf uses like a magic spell, and then they all turn into the white wraiths that you see when Frodo puts the ring on, and
Yeah.
then the Witch King stabs him in the Fellowship.
Yep.
They all end up looking like that.
One, the fate of the world may depend on.
Is it my task to stop the fire? Is it my
We didn't stop the
task
fire.
to face Sauron?
And then you get freaking what's his name?
Is it my task to face Sauron? Dude, we all know what's gonna happen to you.
There's Tom Bombadil. You guys
What?
remember that? Because he was never in the movies, so therefore he's a character in this now.
Shouldn't he's in the Fellowship book, but like he shouldn't be here, right? In terms of like time period.
Yes, the Nazgul were in the Shadow of Mordor game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Joker's right. They should have made him Jack Black. True.
What, for freaking Tom Bombadil?
Yeah. He was already in Star Wars, so like, fuck it.
Yeah, Jack Black would actually play a fairly good. Like, if he played it slightly serious here and there.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Bombadil is a big, jovial, like, chubby little fat dude. Like,
also, did you see that? Just like a quick side note, Tenacious D broke up. Did you see that?
Yeah, that happened like right after Trump almost got killed.
Yeah, bruh. Shit.
Because they made a really like stupid ass comment. Did you see the comment?
I think I did. I don't remember that.
They also got deported from Australia because of it.
What?
Yeah, they were doing a show in Australia, and it was what's his name's birthday, not Jack Black, the other dude. And they're like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And like he could have easily said like, "How about everybody just loves each other and we all just like continue to do the right thing?" And then like that would have helped the crowd just party on. But he just goes, "Don't miss Trump next time." And the entire fucking in Australia, everybody was like, "Oof." And the Prime Minister of Australia deported him.
Deported them or like kicked them out of the country?
Deported them. Like, you can't come to Australia.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's a fucked up thing to say.
I mean, I've heard worse on COD lobbies though. But yes.
Yeah, but of course you have. So have I. But that's not something that. First of all, I don't think he was joking. And second of all, like, you don't do that in the middle of a concert. And it was literally the day after it happened.
Yeah, not true. It's probably
Like,
not really in good taste.
It's in terrible taste.
Like,
and even if you do believe that, keep it to your fucking self.
Like, in 5 to 10 years, people are maybe going to be making jokes about that. Like, you know, people joke about people trying to shoot Reagan. Like, I mean, that shit, like, happened too. But like, that was like 40 years now. But, yeah. Yeah, nah. I saw, like, Jack Black, and I just wanted to see if you saw that, like, you know, Tenacious D.
Well, that's why they broke up. Their managers, like, dropped them. Their publishing company dropped them.
I thought Jack broke it up.
Well, he did after they all dropped him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Jack is a liberal too. But like Jack didn't want to be associated. I can't say that I don't blame him.
That's because that's not something you joke about.
Trav, what's up, bro? What's going on?
Because you said it. Like, we did a stream like 2 or 3 days after that happened, and we're like, we just want to say like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That should never happen.
Well, yeah, no. Yeah, no, of course not. Like really, no matter what side that like you're fucking on, you shouldn't wish for death on like people. It's like, you know, it's
Absolutely.
not a good thing.
Absolutely, which they publicly did at their concert, so Listen, I don't really care. I haven't really listened to Tenacious D in probably 15 years, 20 years anyway. So,
what's up, Jake?
Yeah, so that was a big blunder. Just like this show.
God.
All right, so that's a Palantir. And this is what's his name? Starts with an F. I forget his name, but he is the acting leader of Numenor right now.
Oh, I was gonna think that his name was Fuck or something.
No, that guy. But he's using a Palantir, which is the Seeing Stone that Saruman uses, and then Pippin picks up, and he sees Sauron in Return of the King. So, yeah, he's got a Palantir. Because Gandalf says in the Fellowship, we don't know who else could be watching because the other stones are accounted for.
We're in the same boat as you. No one knows really kind of like what's like going on.
There's nothing to explain. It's just Robert Downey Jr. is going to play him, and it's going to be a multiverse bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think it's a stupid casting decision.
But he's making $100 million for 2 films.
Of course he is. There's a lot of jokes about that in Deadpool. There's a lot of jokes about Deadpool literally telling Wolverine, like, oh, they're going to milk the fuck out of you, buddy.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to be like, you're going to be in movies till you're 90.
Is that why people were putting that, like, comment under the post about, like, Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Deadpool blatantly makes fun of it.
Oh, all right. Cool. Back to the trip.
To try and cheat death might lead.
That shouldn't exist.
That shouldn't?
A Balrog?
Might lead to an even
when was the first? When did the first Balrog like surface?
Well, they were around during like the first wars. They were Morgoth's generals. So they were around, but this is supposed to be the one that fucks up Moria.
Oh, okay.
The Flame of Udun. But it's not. It can't be.
Why not?
It's too early.
Oh, okay.
Before Moria, before Khazad-dûm turns into Moria.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this shouldn't be happening until way later in the timeline. Like until Sauron is back to being Sauron, which he's not.
Yeah,
like, he's still Anatar. Keep in mind, by the way, that Simon Tolkien greenlights all this shit. Tolkien's grandson.
Why?
Because money. More money. And because he doesn't care. He does not care about his grandfather's legacy.
His fucking grandfather's rolling in his freaking grave, bro.
Yeah. He doesn't give a shit about his grandfather's legacy, clearly. And he is also the one that he said that I want Sauron's story to be like Walter White.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Walter White.
And then in this season, there's going to be a troll directly based on Mike Ehrmantraub from Breaking Bad.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not. That was an actual statement from like them and Simon Tolkien.
How did this little fucker get like so much power? Did he like
because Christopher Tolkien died, so he's the head of the Tolkien estate. His father died. Tolkien's son passed away, so therefore Simon Tolkien became the leader of the estate.
Dude, if I had the Lord of the Rings in my hands, I would not let this happen.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that just shows they don't care.
Simon's probably like an entitled little bastard who
Well,
like
he's a vapid asshole, clearly.
oh my god.
I think he's in like his 50s or 60s or something.
Hold on. I'm gonna look this up. How old is Simon Tolkien? He's 65, bro. He's 65.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
God, bro. He's a fucking id.
It's the
He's
same. It's the same reason that like the chick who is the head of the Disney family doesn't give a shit either. They don't care.
Everything fucking sucks now, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm taking it from Gary from Nerdrotic, but someone turned on CERN back then in like 2016, and we're in a weird timeline now.
We have to be.
Even greater catastrophe. Father, take off the ring.
Father, give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Wait,
I'm afraid.
Did they move the start of season 2 back?
Yeah, they did.
They don't want to compete with House of the Dragon, huh?
They did, because that's why they're also dropping 3 episodes at once, because it would have started this week. Or it would have started this week if it wasn't for them pushing it back to out. They're like, well, we're just gonna drop 3 episodes. So like the first episode would have been coming out this week.
They're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah.
Why don't they try to compete? Why don't they try to compete with House of the Dragon?
Because they know they're gonna lose again.
Just like they lost the last time.
Well, joke's on them, because everyone's still gonna compare the two. So because House of the Dragon is the same thing in context. It's a history of Westeros, specifically the Targaryen family, for Fire and Blood, which is a book just like the Silmarillion. And this is supposed to be a retelling of the Silmarillion, but it's not, because you also skip the first and the second age. Or no, you skipped the first age and you skipped into the second age. Which Lord of the Rings doesn't take place until the third age.
They're oh my god. So fucking stupid.
That's the Bridge of Khazad Doom.
Every soul in Middle Earth.
I hate that, dude. Darkness will bind them. Fuck off.
Middle Earth is in peril. Will you abandon them to their doom?
That's supposed to be friggin' Tom Bombadil. Will you abandon them to their doom?
Abandon them to their doom.
Abandon them to their doom?
That's Tom Bombadil.
Oh my god.
The jolly little goober. Who doesn't look that much like a jolly little goober in this.
Oh, what have you done to me?
Yo, I'm asking the same question. I'm asking the same question. What have you done to my boy Celebrimbor?
Done to me.
So that's a Region. I'm assuming.
That's what?
So they're doing the sacking of a Region, which is the Elven capital. So
I've heard about this before, yeah.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the sacking of a Region, and that is where Celebrimbor's body is used as a banner, which is probably one of the most metal things that Sauron's done. He takes the most renowned elven smith in all of fucking Middle Earth and just uses his body as a flag.
That's fucked up. But that's actually kind of
fucking badass. Like the army starts walking up. They're like, what the fuck is that? and it's him up there on a fucking cross. Like, yeah.
Do you think? I will bet you a Raising Cane's meal that shit does not happen in this show.
I hope it does, but it probably won't. They show it, actually. They do show it in Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor, one of them.
Yeah, because that shit's actually good. That's why.
I mean, that's not canon either, but they do a way better job of telling the story of the rings being created and shit in the flashbacks that Celebrimbor has. And Celebrimbor's a really good character in that, too.
Are they not canon?
No, not technically. But they're way more canon than this.
Like, would you accept them if it turned out that they, like, were the canon version?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could accept that.
Fair
Except
enough.
for the fact that Talion, the main character, frees the soul of Isildur from being well, actually no, that makes sense, because somehow Isildur is a ring wraith when he dies.
I remember that, yeah.
And that doesn't make much sense. So then Talion frees Isildur's soul and takes his place as a wraith.
Yeah.
So I guess like none of that happens, but like I could accept that over this.
Leave Sauron to me.
Bro, even that line is repurposed from
What was the
Saruman.
line again?
Leave Sauron to me. That's Saruman. Saruman.
That is Saruman.
Saruman says that in the Third Hobbit.
He does say that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He says that in the Battle of the Five Armies, right?
Yeah, right after they fight the ring wraiths.
Yeah.
See, like that doesn't happen either, but I accept that as canon to the movies.
You know why? Because for all their flaws, the Hobbit movies were like actually trying something. You know,
Well, the Hobbit movies are fun. They're good. I like them. They're not as good as Lord of the Rings, but nothing is as good as Lord of the Rings. Star Wars to me is not as good as Lord of the Rings, and I love Star Wars. Well, I fucking don't like Star Wars as much anymore, but I love the original 6 movies.
Yeah.
But Lord of the Rings is like the best trilogy ever fucking made.
That better never get a remake. Ever.
If they're gonna try it eventually, it's gonna not do well.
But like they're perfect movies. All 3 of them.
Yeah, well, they're also gonna try and remake the original trilogy, and I'll bet money on that. That they attempt that after George Lucas dies.
And I don't want to hear anyone say the theatrical version of the Lord of the Rings is, best. Dude, it's an extra 35 minutes. Fucking watch it.
Yeah, it's like an extra hour for Return of the King, but it's worth it.
Yeah, like people say,
no,
it's
because Roman, they're gonna do that with A New Hope. They're gonna recast everybody because by that point in time, right, when they do it, Ewan McGregor will be old enough to be Old Man Obi-Wan.
Shit.
And
shit.
And the little kid that plays young Luke in the Kenobi show and young Leia in the Kenobi show will be old enough to be Luke and Leia.
Oh my fucking god.
They'll do it. They'll do it after Jordan passes.
You think Ewan would actually do you think Ewan would actually do that though?
I do, yeah. Because he still was he didn't quit the Kenobi show, so yeah, I think he would.
Oh, now that you say that, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Shit.
they're just waiting until Ewan McGregor's that. Like they're gonna wait like 20 years. Like 15, 20 years.
Bro, that's gonna be whack.
They're gonna recreate Star Wars.
We should like be outside of the theater with like, picket signs and shit like that. Making sure that like people can't go in to see it.
Bro, I'll still be on YouTube at that time talking shit.
Dude. We'll like, we'll probably be like what in like our like mid 40s then, and like, people will be calling us boomers, but nah, it's like, bro,
you can't call me a boomer. I wasn't born after the fucking World War II, so they'll still call us Gen Zers. Well, I'm not a Gen Z. Technically, I'm a millennial. So
uncultured swine. Exactly, Kenobi facts.
yeah,
I don't want them. I don't want these remakes. Like everything is getting a. Everything
why
is
do
getting
you think that Disney doesn't just sell Star Wars? Because they can make money off of it perpetually.
okay, but like what? Like and like I know this is gonna sound like a stupid question, but like, what more is there for them to fucking do? There's nothing more
Remake the
for them.
original trilogy.
I'm saying after that, what happens then? Are they gonna remake the sequels?
Probably. Because then they'll have everybody at the right ages. They can do a
They better
younger
not.
version of the sequels. They can do what we expected them to do, which is like the Thrawn trilogy and shit. They could do it. Because at that point, the kid whoever's playing Luke and whoever's playing Leia will be able to pick up right after Return of the Jedi at that age and still be young and still be able to act, and they won't have to CGI Mark Hamill to make him look younger and all this other shit. They can tell a ton of different stories.
Do you think that there's a chance that if they remake Star Wars that like it could be good? Or
No. I think it's blasphemy.
I agree with you.
I think you can tell other stories with those characters, but remaking the original trilogy is blasphemy.
No, like I'm saying, if they like say that they decided now that they wanted to cast like Sebastian Stan as like Luke, and they were like we're like gonna do like the Thrawn trilogy. That could be good. I feel like
If it is the Thrawn trilogy, but it won't be because they're fucking up the Thrawn trilogy with Mandoverse.
That's right, they
So
are.
It
Yeah.
won't be.
Oh my god, everything is the Mandoverse now.
Yes.
And then shout out to the homie Daimyo. Everything leads back to the fucking sequels.
Yeah, it does.
God, we're like sorry, just like we are stuck in a time loop. It's the same 90-year cycle.
Yeah.
It's the same shit over and over and over again. Just make like brand new movies 1,000 years into the future or something.
Yep.
It's like just like something totally brand freaking new. Just make something new. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't. You can make a black and trans character. I don't even give a fuck. Just make it new. Don't make it in the same old timeline bullshit. In the same 90 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, but like, it's just so stupid, bro. It's so stupid. And it's ass.
And don't touch the Old Republic.
Oh my god.
If they do, Revan will be a female.
Nah, bruh. They would turn Revan into like
yeah, no, because Revan is always back and forth from the light to the dark. They'll be like, it's an allegory for him being trans and non-binary.
Well, they're a little bit different of a thing, but yes,
I know they are, but they'll. I know they're different, but they'll do that.
True. All right, let's just keep on watching this freaking bullshit.
Promise me, Helen. You will not stop until he is destroyed.
Forgiveness takes an age.
Oh my god, it's the talking trees!
That's not an ent. That's an ent wife. Remember how in Two Towers, Treebeard is talking about the ent wives, and then Pippin's like, "Are there any?" And Treebeard's like, "They all disappeared a long time ago."
Right.
All the ent wives. That's an ent wife.
Shit.
It's already confirmed that this is an ent wife. They said it.
I mean, is she into single 23-year-old white boys from, Pennsylvania?
Listen, they shouldn't even. Ents are older than like time. Like they're old.
Were they the first set of creatures?
They were around during that. Yeah, they came from like the creation of Arda and all that stuff.
Yeah, so they're like old, right?
Yeah, they were in Middle Earth before the elves showed up and came to Middle Earth.
So how did all of the females get like wiped out then?
No one knows. They just disappeared.
It was Andrew Tate. That's like,
yeah, it's probably something to do with the sickness that Morgoth caused on the land or whatever, but they all disappeared.
you mean there was like a COVID virus in the like, Lord of the Rings world?
No, it was the darkness that killed off life and shit.
Oh, okay.
But they called it like because there's like parts of Middle Earth that you can't travel through because of Morgoth. Because like you'll either lose your mind or you'll die, or it's like the plague lands and shit.
Okay, makes sense.
Because of like old battles with Morgoth, or just because of his presence. Like there's like a whole mountain range that no one can pass through because that mountain range is infested with like spiders of Ungoliant and shit. And not only that, but it's just pure darkness. So it like the only things that survive there are just pure evil, because it's just anything good, anything full of light will just completely perish. Right. So it's like it's hard to like explain. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So let's continue.
I need your axe, old friend.
But I can't see that and not be like I can't see that and not just remember like all the freaking like gay ass shit that happened between Elrond and Durin in season 1. Like, give me the meat and give it to me raw, and like all like the little all the fucking looks that they give to each other with sexual tension. Like, I need your axe, old friend. Give me that ass, old buddy. So that's Numenor. That's fuck am I losing his name? Isildur's dad. Pilgrim, help me. My mind is running blank for a second. But it's gonna bother me if I don't come up with it.
I don't think that Pilgrim's here.
No, he might not be. Elendil. That's Elendil. He's in season 1. Keep in mind that like no one has seen Isildur, which Isildur and Elendil should not even be here. They shouldn't be born yet.
That seems to be like a running thing with this show.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Fight with me.
Oh my god. We're gonna see freaking.
I thought that was Thorin.
We're gonna see body positive dwarf fucking fighting.
What does that mean? Body positive? You mean like a fat dwarf?
Yeah.
Is fucking Gimli not fat?
Not really, but look at fucking Disa. Look, like you're gonna tell me she's gonna fight the only black dwarf in existence?
She would make it onto the Eminem song about fat people.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, it don't make sense. We've been over this, that there is like black people and like other races in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
In the race of men. You're telling me that a race that primarily lives in darkness underground would have any dark-skinned people it makes no sense.
Yeah, like you're not saying that because you don't want there to be black people in the like Lord of the Rings. It's
I'm saying because they're Easterlings. That's what they were.
It just doesn't make sense for there to be like
a black dwarf. Just like it doesn't make sense for there to be a black elf, but there is. Because the elves were literally made of starlight. That's why they worship the stars. That's why they're all pale.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the dwarves all live underground.
Yeah,
so there's no sunlight. There's no reason for you to have dark skin. And the Easterlings do. They live in the east. They live near Mordor. They are before it was Mordor. Like that's where the Easterlings live, the men of the East. And they had like, and then there's the seafaring folk, which are like more like the Asians, like of Lord of the Rings. It makes sense. Just do it the way it makes sense. Damn it.
They don't care about me.
So that's Isildur.
The guy who shouldn't be in this show?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Isildur, and he's fighting a spider, so it's probably like Ungoliant's children. Which would make sense, because all spiders came from Ungoliant. But they'll probably make it Shelob somehow.
Bro, imagine that Shelob.
They'll probably make it Shelob somehow.
Bro, that'd be funny.
With our friends!
When the darkness falls, there are always some who rise forth and shine.
Do you remember the Eagles? Look, there's an
Eagles in the show. They put the Eagles in the show?
Yeah, they shouldn't be, though, because the Eagles famously don't give a fuck about anything going on.
Galadriel's stinky finger is in chat.
That's an amazing name.
It's definitely Pilgrim for sure, for sure.
Yeah, there's like, I see the chat too. Are you talking about like, you know, those independent fan films? I heard they're pretty good. There's independent fan films you can find on a certain website.
Is the website Orange and Black by any chance? Oh, okay, cool. Highlight my chat. Nah, bro. This fucker's Daimyo. Because, like, you know, Daimyo begs to be, like, shown. This shit's like Daimyo.
Galadriel's stinky finger.
Galadriel's stinky finger.
Stinky fingies. Remember the Eagles? I remember
the Eagles. They're from Philadelphia, bitch.
You will give me the nine.
Oh, wow. So gas. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the show. Not.
Well, I will be. Unfortunately.
Why are you subjecting yourself to that? You're going to force yourself to relapse, bro. Why are you even risking
I already subjected myself to the Acolyte, so.
Okay, but like that.
Might as well keep the pain train going.
Okay, but like we need to talk about the fact, Roland, that like I think you're on a path that like you have to get off now.
You're going down a path I can't follow.
You're going down a path that I can't follow, and you're just, you know, breaking my fucking heart, bro. And it's sad. I would smell Galadriel's bum. Okay, then.
Daimyo show looks fire, though.
Daimyo, I knew that it was you. And you know how I know? Because when you used to post, you would always make those, like, you know, googly eyes on, like, you know, all of your thumbnails and shit like that. So I time this troll out? Yeah, man, of course. Time yourself out, of course. Go on ahead.
Actually, I think I've seen that exact Galadriel picture before in our Discord.
Yeah. Where else would that have came from? It's actually not me. I am at work. Then who the fuck is it then?
Well, don't time him out, but also, even if you're at work, so was Star Wars Dog when he had like multiple accounts. So
Okay, but the thing with Dog was that he was typing perfectly though. He was typing perfectly.
yeah, he was like he was like switching back and forth to accounts, like just to have a conversation between himself and the account.
Did we ever find out who was Roman's intrusive thoughts?
No, but that's still one of my favorite ones.
Did we, I think Damio has said that Roman's right hand was Ray, right?
Maybe.
Roman's right hand and Roman's like intrusive thoughts were like, two of my favorites.
Yeah, Roman's intrusive thoughts is still, I think that's still my favorite. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I grabbed something.
All right, bet. How's everybody doing? We got 7 in this bitch.
Start talking, boy.
We got 7 in this bitch. Now we got 6 in this bitch. We're gonna be getting out of here soon because, unfortunately, Galadriel can suck my corn dog free of charge. Yeah, okay. That's not Daimyo. That's not Daimyo. That's not Daimyo. Sorry, Daimyo, about me accusing you. I don't think that's you, B. That was you, Daimyo? Okay. Now that makes more sense. That makes more sense now. Galadriel's stinky finger. Who the fuck would this be? Like, I'm kind of at a loss. Like, who the hell would this be? I'm trying to think. Because it was like an unexpected thing when Dog was like revealed as like Rolo's hot mom. So like, who's got time on their hands, but not like too much time, but like enough time. It can't be Caleb because Caleb's a lawyer. Damio's an electrician. He probably doesn't have a lot of time. It's gotta be Pope. It's gotta be Pope. Shinobi, you think it's Ronnie? You think it's Ronnie? Ronnie works at his mom's tuna shop, remember? Wait, Kenobi, are you in Damio's Discord still, or did you leave? I have not been in the Discord. I've been working on my album recently, like very very deep into it at this point. I only just get on my computer to like stream and shit like that. That's it.
Yeah, he watches all of his prawn on his phone.
I'm a good Christian boy, Roland. I don't.
I thought this said can suck my corn dog feet.
You guys can click these links. Okay, Damio, time them out, please. I don't want no Pornhub links in my fucking chat. Okay.
They won't be. You can time them out.
Actually, I can't time them out from here, but I can time them out on my phone. Hold on.
Why? Wait for the links. Just delete the links.
Because I'm kind of curious to see like what the links are.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Just wait for the links.
This is Roland's address. This is Roman's address. Dude, here's like a fucking wrinkle. What if it's Rissman?
You say a wrinkle?
Yeah. You know that I love wrinkles, bro. You know that I love wrinkles.
Pause.
You can see how long he's been watching you guys stream. His first one was the 79th one. How do you know that? Is that like a new like YouTube feature or something?
Ah, so Galadriel Stinky Fingy. Somebody else.
How do you know that? He joined YouTube 3 months ago. How do we know it's a he?
He or they or it.
It could easily just be a chick. It could be.
Probably will between Durin and Elrond.
You know, the day that I find out who clicked their YouTube name. Oh, yeah, but you don't know if they've been watching the RoloRome cast since like episode 79 because that was Roland's last episode before he went on his like sabbatical. That was when he had the
Was
second.
that 79?
That was when he had the second greatest moment in the whole history of.
Basically, if you don't have a penis, don't hit on me. Yep.
Oh man, Brandon Dark Secrets. Damio, isn't your name? Isn't that your name?
That's not his name.
His name is. Oh, right.
Don't say his name.
Say it. I didn't say it.
Say my name.
Dark Secrets. Interesting. Okay. Stop doxing me. Oh, he said it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Damio's Brendan. And
No,
then this is Brandon.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Wait a second. Chat history on streams? You've been in here before? Galadriel Stinky Finger?
Galadriel Stinky Fingy.
Let me go look back in our chats and see. Hold on. I'm curious now.
Hold on.
Before I leave, I will solve this mystery.
Yeah, he's gotta go in a few minutes, but
wait. Galadriel's Stinky Fingers. Say what you want to say, because I'm gonna be looking in chat and seeing like who's here. I'm gonna look in our old chats and see. 79, huh? Let's see. No, Rowan. 79 was your first episode back. That was what it was.
Yeah, can we just let's just real quick. Yeah, that's definitely a new feature. Yeah, 69 would have been nice. Let's just look at the difference between ratios here. This is just for the finale. The trailer for the finale of House of the Dragon.
Holy shit.
40K upvotes to 410 downvotes. That 410 is everybody who watches Rings of Power and the Acolyte.
Holy shit.
This is just for the finale. I'm gonna watch this as a palate cleanser.
The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet.
That's Tessarion.
Ah.
That's Daeron's dragon. So I was doing the math. Rhaenyra should have like... Oh, yeah, this is a long time ago. Remember when John fell asleep on live chat? That was fucking forever ago. Galadriel.
Remember when Roland fell asleep on the on live chat?
Yeah. Now look at this. So I was doing the math. Rhaenyra should have like 7 dragons.
7 dragons?
Yeah, because
I thought she had 5.
No, Bela has Moondancer. Jacaerys has Vermax. Rhaenyra has Syrax. And then Hugh has Vermithor. Ulf has Silverwing. Adam has Sea Smoke.
Right.
And then Daemon has Caraxes. That's 7.
That is 7.
So that means that the Greens have
I'm proud that we can
Vhagar.
count.
They have Vhagar, Tessarion, and what's it called? Freaking well then that makes sense, Daimyo. Yeah, the Greens only have Vhagar, Tessarion, and see you later, Kenobi.
Later, bruh.
And what's her name? Freaking Helena's dragon, Dreamfire, which we haven't seen. We also haven't seen Tessarion until this shot. But I have a feeling that shit's gonna get fucked up like it always does in Westeros. And some people are not going to be on Rhaenyra's side by the end of this show. In general. Like, I don't mean this season. I just mean this show.
Right.
So we shall see. Oh, and if it goes that way, then Rhaena, Bela's sister, will get Sheep Stealer. Because I'm pretty sure that's what they're setting up. Is
that's
in the Vale.
That's kind of
they're setting up Sheep Stealer.
That's kind of how it seemed. Yeah. That's
and then there's also the cannibal somewhere. I don't know who rides the cannibal though. I actually all I know is the name Sheep Stealer and the cannibal are the other 2 dragons.
Who in the hell were the 410 people who hit downvote on this video?
Yeah, I told you that Rings of Power fans.
There's like 2. There's like 2 of them.
Yeah.
They all made like multiple accounts.
Let's see the trailers. Vermithor, you mean tell me I don't have to go find dinner tonight? You're just serving it to me? Facts. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 2 full years, though. Norma Sarno.
Jake asked you a question, Roland. What would you name your dragon?
Bro, I've been trying to come up with a name for my new fucking pet snake here for like fucking a week. You think I could come up with a dragon name on the spot? Tongula. That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Because Jake asked me if I would name a character in my book Tongula for him. I said, yeah, I will. They'll die in the same chapter they get introduced. But I will. I will unironically name that character.
Nice.
It'll be like a freaking one of them like anime villains that pops up and they're like, ha ha ha, I am so and so, and I will kick your ass, and then like something falls on them and they die. But like they'll be in it. Just for Jake.
We march now toward our annihilation.
Yeah, so Caraxes, and that looks like look at what's it called? That looks like Dragonstone. Possibly. So I think Daemon might be back. Because of that and that right there, neither one of them is Vhagar.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think. Neither one of them looks like Vhagar.
I've entrusted you with a power only.
Who she got at the table? Bela, Jacaerys, Adam, Ulf, and Hugh.
Only few have known. We must strike while we have the advantage.
The Prince Regent is angry. There's no telling what he will do.
You wish to rule the Seven Kingdoms, but you rain ruin and death.
While you have mustered an army, Rhaenyra has faltered.
Yeah, Damon.
Pretenders raise new riders against us. I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle. We will answer outrage.
This shit's gonna go hard.
For every one of us who falls, 100 of them, there will be no mercy.
The Rings of Power could fucking never. The Rings of Power could fucking.
I want to know, who is that? What dragon is that? Is that Vhagar?
That looks like Vhagar.
Holes in the wings. It doesn't look as big as Vhagar, though.
Yeah, but Vhagar's got the holes, though, in the wings.
Yeah, but so could any other dragon that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Like that could be Sheep Stealer, or that could be the cannibal.
That's true.
Or maybe that is just a shot of Vhagar, but that's like a really fucking big mountain then. Because what is burning here? Is this a city? Or is this a pile of bodies?
I can't tell. But it's probably a pile of bodies.
That's a city.
Oh yeah, I see the fucking building.
Hold up. No, that's not. I guess that could be Vhagar. With the head shape. Why did it just do that?
Because YouTube be giggling.
That doesn't really look like the head of Vhagar, though. But I guess it could be. Ah, there's Alicent's brother, Gwaine. It's like purposely blurry.
Is that a new dragon?
I think it might be. Or it's one of our one of the Black's dragons, but just fucked up. After a battle.
I will bet you would talk about me the brand new dragon.
Okay, hold on. I need to look up.
Yeah, I gotta be out in like 5 minutes. So
yeah, I got you. Images. Because I might be Vhagar. Hold on.
I think it could be.
Could be.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I see it now.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's definitely a possibility now.
I think it probably is Vhagar.
It was just the way that the shot was, I guess.
Yeah, because I was looking at the head shape too, but it's hard to tell. Because Vhagar has a very distinctive head.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like your typical dragon. She almost has like a snake-like head.
Trav says you should name your snake Chicken.
No. No. Never doing that.
You should name your snake Snake.
No. Never doing that either.
What if you still haven't named it when we get to 500 subs, and then like someone sends like $100 super chat, and then like they like get to name your snake or something.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty sure she'll have a name by then.
I would hope so, but
That's her personality. She's a little goober. She's big, scared of everything, even though she's like 3 feet long.
Maybe just don't give her a name.
No,
Maybe
she'll have one soon enough. She's a little pussy.
Just name her Pussy.
No. She's looking at me right now like, fuck you talking about, cuz?
Well, y'all, that was a fun stream. We, covered a lot, and
yeah.
Now that we're not bogged down by the fucking acolyte, we can actually talk now about things again.
Yeah, until August 29th when we'll be bogged down about Rings of Power.
Fuck me, bro. I don't want to go over that shit, but
I'm gonna have to watch 3 episodes.
Oh my god.
When it comes out. Alright, so I don't want to hear no complaining.
On that note, y'all, I'm wrapping stream because Roland and I, we gotta go to work.
Yeah.
All right, boys.